Hello everybody, my name is Marcus Pregori and today we are at the Gordon River and the Greenway Nature Preserve here in Naples, Florida. Today we're going to be discussing the types of mangroves that are habitated within the Gordon River, and then we're also going to talk about other native species that call those mangroves home. I hope you enjoy my presentation. There's going to be a lot of cool pictures and videos included within. So we're getting pretty close to the Gordon River, but first I'd like to discuss the type of mangrove that's in front of me. In front of me is a white mangrove. We can tell by the type of leaves that it gives off. The white mangrove's leaves are very rounded versus the red and black mangrove, which have pointed leaves. And to the right, we will notice that we are in the presence of a black mangrove as well. We can tell by the types of leaves, which are right there, and I can't really reach it, but we can tell by the type of leaf that's pointed that it's a black mangrove. And the reason we can tell that it's a black mangrove and not a red mangrove is the little propagules that are underneath it. These are a very good indicator that we are in the presence of a black mangrove. Alright everyone, we finally got to a part of the nature trail that leads to the Gordon River. We have it right behind us, but first we've got to talk about the type of mangroves that are in front of us. We got a red mangrove right here. We can tell by the types of roots, which kind of resemble almost like they're walking in and out of the ground. They kind of almost make like a 180 sort of like half circle that comes in and out of the ground. So that's how we can distinguish that it's a red mangrove. We can also tell by the leaves. Unfortunately, I cannot reach them at the moment, but we can tell that it is also the right shape of the mangrove. And if you guys observe, you will notice that I am in a location where there are all three types of mangroves present. In front of me is the red mangrove due to the extensions of the roots, and we are also in the presence of a black mangrove due to these on the ground. And if we look all the way over to the right, we will see a white mangrove. Okay everybody, we are back at the FGCU dorm rooms from Greenway Nature Preserve in Naples, Florida, and I'd like just to take a moment to summarize this video by just recapping some of the information that I learned while on this trip. So there are three types of mangroves, the red, black, and white, and how you distinguish each mangrove is typically through their leaves or their roots. The red and black mangrove both have pointy shaped leaves, and how you distinguish the difference between those two are the red are really shiny leaves that are green on both sides, while the black also have pointy leaves but are less shiny and one side of the leaf is gray. The white mangrove, their leaves are rounded, and that's the main indicator of how you can tell what a white mangrove is. The root systems are also another way that you can distinguish the type of mangroves. The red mangrove have the infamous almost walking roots that come out of the ground and then eventually back into the ground. The black mangrove have almost pencil-like pneumatophores that almost look like mini cypress knees sticking out of the ground. They may not stick out of the ground more than 6 inches. And the white mangrove, they typically don't have a fully stable root system. It varies depending on what factors and conditions they're living within. Another way that you can distinguish the difference in the type of mangroves there are is through the propagules, or almost the offspring of the mangroves, as you may. The red mangrove have almost like a long banana-shaped propagule, while the black have almost a medium-sized, they're probably no more than like an inch or two tall, that are teardrop-shaped, and the white, which may not get bigger than an inch, are very small and seed-like. There are a ton of reasons why mangroves are important for their ecosystems, but there's three important functions that I'd like to mainly focus on. The first one is that they prevent erosion, which that could be caused because of hurricanes or other natural disasters to the area, but mangroves prevent any sort of erosion that may come from that. The next is the habitat they provide for the many fish and crustaceans and other species that call the mangroves home. And then finally is the water quality maintenance that it provides. Mangroves filter out any sort of sediments or any other pollution that could either harm the mangrove itself or any of the other species that are inhabited within it.